Welcome back to Skyrim for Seniors. We're here on the steps of Jorvaskr, and we are headed to Ysgramor's tomb to cleanse one of the brothers, Vilcus, I think. And the last episode ended rather abruptly, and that's because Skyrim just quit. Um, Nothing went wrong with my computer. Just the game just quit. Just dumped me out to the desktop. I think what causes that is every once in a while is some program trying to say it wants to update. I think. I'm not sure. And I think the culprit is my virus protection. Okay, never mind. Just forget that. Forget it. Because we have something very, very important going on here. Something I've been working towards for a long time. I need to focus on it. I hear his footsteps behind me. Right? Yep, there he comes. Him of the dirty face. Come along. You ready?
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Okay.
Until next time. Damn you! Why you sneer? You'll pay for that! Is it over?
Are you okay, Vilcus?
It's like waking up out of a dream. I can breathe more deeply now. I can't smell your heart beating the way I used to, but my mind is clear. This is a great service you've done for me, Harbinger. I will not soon forget. Now, I'd like to spend some time communing with Ysgramor. My soul is clean now. Perhaps he'll still welcome me when my time comes.
All right, now, let's look at something. I have beast form. I can take on the form of a wolf. Now I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to activate. And I say yes. And now, when I go check, I have no beast form. I have been cured. I am no longer a werewolf. Now, interestingly enough, though, up there at the very top, it says days as a werewolf. This is 31. That counter will not stop incrementing, or at least it never has in any other game I've played. I'll check it just to make sure, and I'll write down 31. But that counter, days as a werewolf, up at the top, there's something wrong with that particular counter, and even though I'm no longer a werewolf, and the game knows I'm not a werewolf, because I no longer have wolf form. Nevertheless, that counter, at least in every other game I've played, has continued to count up, telling me the number of days as a werewolf. So we'll see what happens in this game. The only reason I'm doubtful is because, well, because unbelievably to me, I have difficulty with it, because back in the Stone Ages when I was programming, the program did the same thing every time you ran it. The idea that a program would do something different times you ran it is a little difficult for me to understand. But nevertheless, this program, Skyrim, which is a program, nevertheless, I've played this game enough that different games will do different things. Now, some of it, I think, is because Bethesda has patched the game. And in patching the game, they've changed the game. And so some of the changes, some of the differences that have occurred over time since November of 2011 and now are because they've literally changed the game. And you don't know. You know, you just, I suppose you would if you kept up with reading the literature very carefully, but I'm not that sort of person. All right, I guess I don't have to carry those anymore. There's no one left to cure. And we're back down to 23 carry weight. So, unless I just choose to go by the companions and run some quests for some odd reason, I've finished with the companions. So now, at this point, the question is, what do we do now? Well, one thing we can do is we could run up to Winterhall.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
Ranmir, I have something for you.
Unless it's gold for another round of drinks, I don't want to hear it.
No, it's a letter from Isabel, and you should read it.
A what? Don't you go pulling my leg. Give it here. This is really from her, isn't it? Did she really run off and do this? For me? By the 8. She's dead, isn't she? And it's all my fault. I have some thinking to do. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can just keep walking.
And that completes everything, all the quests that you can do in the city, in the city, yeah. In the city of Winterhold.
If it isn't the slayer of the Glenmoril witches, how can I assist?
It certainly is the slayer of the Glenmoril witches. I am. Okay. All right. How about kill the leader of Broken Ore Grotto? Why would we be doing that? I've forgotten. But it seems like a good thing. Okay, we got our fingers on the wrong there. Okay, now go. All right, it's there. Wow. Solitude. Surround the coast from Solitude. Have we really? I thought I'd been to... I'll go to Dragon Bridge. Walk to Solitude. It's not very far. And it's fun to walk. What time is it? 8:18 p.m.
Working hard gives a man reason for drinking hard. Well, that and putting up with a wife like mine.
I've never appreciated people that ran down their wife.
Something different about you, I can tell. Hope you ain't here to cause trouble.
Heard any rumors lately?
People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Make you look completely different. Do you believe that?
Like a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Okay.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I'm just fine. Appreciate it. Oh, how about 11? 7:30 seemed like a good time. It's a little late, actually, in a day, but for Skyrim, it's okay. Sorry, I was guzzling down caffeine. I'm still not completely used to how quickly the personal computer does things. I used a...
By the gods. Dragon!
Cool. Where is it?
staying safe, I hope.
I don't even know what to say.
Well, lady, you're
In all my years, I've never seen such a thing.
you're older, yeah. You're a piece of work anyway, so well, good morning to everybody. Have a little dragon wake-up call. Well, let's meander up the road. Oh, look. Some eggs. You're kidding me. Would you get off the... Thank you. Foiled about chicken. And of course, having played Fable, which I enjoyed immensely, I thought Fable was an absolute hoot. I really enjoyed Fable. And for the longest time, I could not bring myself to kick chickens. I mean, I was raised in the country, and the idea of kicking chickens just seemed barbaric. And then eventually I wound up kicking chickens because, you know, you become an achievement whore, basically, I suppose is what it amounts to. And all they do is they write the little thing up in the game, and there's no reason in the world to do it. But they tell you they'll give you a little tick mark if you kick 100 chickens. So before you know it, you're running around kicking 100 chickens. And then eventually you wind up kicking a chicken, and it sails and hits a fence, and it explodes in a squawk, and the feathers explode everywhere, which is actually similar to something that happens when you hit a small game bird with a shotgun and there's nothing but feathers left, which is also not funny, although it is one of the funnier things from my childhood, and I have to smile every time I think about it. My Uncle John had taken me hunting, and he was very frustrated because basically we hadn't seen anything. There was nothing to hunt. This poor little songbird lighted on a fence for us. And Uncle John shot it with his 12 gauge, and of course what it amounted to is there was nothing. There were just a couple feathers that fluttered down after that 12 gauge. You know, after the buckshot hit it, there was, you know, basically nothing left. And he was so frustrated. And that poor bird got the brunt of his frustration. East Empire Company warehouse discovered. I think I'm walking right over the top of it, is what I'm doing. Now this road here, this Solitude is right up there, and actually it's on there. It's part of it is right on that archway right there, and then back up there, and you can go into it by going up those stairs right there. Sort of a back way into Solitude. Well, not sort of, it is a back way into Solitude. But it's not on the map. It's not a map location. You can't fast travel to that doorway. But you can fast travel to the East India. Of course, you wind up on some stairways, which is quite a ways. Well, not quite a ways. I'll quit talking, never mind. And I guess there's a place I ought to go ahead and mark since I'm out here. I ought to quit picking up these thistles. Ooh. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Come along this walkway here, and let's come on down this way here. We've got a ship here. How close do we need to be? There we go. The Dainty Slowed. Slowed. I wonder if that's a proper noun, in which case it doesn't have to mean anything, or if it's a word that means something. And this is a lighthouse. This is the Solitude Lighthouse. And I just dropped by and identified, there we can see some of Solitude up there on the hill, on the cliff top. These are two locations, the Dainty Slowed and the Solitude Lighthouse, that will be, once we start running quests in Solitude, those are two locations that we'll go to, and now we won't have to walk to them. We'll just fast travel straight to them, since we've already walked to them. Now, I've kind of forgotten what we're doing here. Broken Ore Grotto. Ah, yes. Right. That's actually down on the shoreline, and we're not on the shoreline. We're up off the shoreline. It'd probably be best if we were to drop down and get on the shoreline. Before we get too far up off the shoreline, which we can certainly do on this road. This road can get way up off the shoreline. And up, I mean literally up, way up on a cliff. And so let's go down. Oh, look. Yeah. Now these things, you just get one. Alright, what is seeing me? No, I don't care what's seeing me. Oh, you're seeing me. Is that a rabbit out in the water? Maybe not, but it sure looks like one. And I think we've arrived, or very close to arriving. Wow, looks like we've had some terrible disaster here. Let's look on the other side. More spiky grass. You're a snowfox. You're the snowfox that got away. We're already at a third of our weight is gone. Oh well. Broken Ore Grotto. Oh wow. Wow, what a place. Come on, down here. Don't run. go that way. Come this way. How can I get you? There you go. Come on. Okay, that's going to be a very hard shot, but I'll see if I can make it. Nope. Didn't think so. Let's see if I plink this rock. Would you come out? Come over to the rock. That's it. There you go. Thank you. Whew. Good grief. Bear pelt. Ooh, another bear pelt. Salt piles. Salt piles. Another bear pelt. Those things are pretty heavy. Wheat, take it. What we got here? Wine. I'm not really interested in wine. Lavender. Wolf felt. What do we got in all these sacks? Honeycomb, my. Green apples, no thank you. Taters, no thank you. Okay. Flour, okay, I'll take it. Cabbage, no thank you. Salt piles, take it. And red apples, no thank you. Leather armor, 125. That's pretty good. Well, how about... We're already at 161 and we're just barely into this place. How about we leave, we call it quits, and we come back and call it quits on the session, and then between sessions, I clean up my inventory, and I come in here with a clean inventory, and then we do the rest of the place with a clean inventory. How about that? Okay, so this is somewhere, and then we'll go through it next time. Okay, good show.